your brain through the ages. Throughout life, our brains undergo more changes than any other part of the body. These changes shape our abilities, behavior, and even our perception of the world. But how does the brain evolve across a lifetime? What are the key stages that define human cognition from birth to old age? And most importantly, is there a way to slow down cognitive decline and enhance brain function? This journey through the brain's transformation can be divided into 5 fundamental stages, each with its own mysteries and fascinating insights. Let's dive deep into the lifelong evolution of your brain and uncover the secrets of its development. Peak performance, an inevitable decline, and what you can do to keep it sharp. Stage 1, gestation 0 to 9 months before birth. Before we take our first breath, the brain is already more than 8 months old. It begins forming within 4 weeks of conception, when a specialized layer of cells in the embryo rolls up to form the neural tube, the precursor to the entire nervous system. Just a week later, the top of this tube bends over, creating the foundational structure of the forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. From this point, genetic instructions guide brain development, but external factors play a crucial role. A healthy prenatal environment is essential. Maternal stress, nutrition, and exposure to toxins can shape neural development long before birth. The fetus can hear and remember sounds in the 3rd trimester, suggesting that sensory experiences begin shaping the brain even in the womb. The sheer scale of brain construction at this stage is staggering. By birth, a newborn has 86 billion neurons, all connected through an intricate web of synapses. Each second, during prenatal development, 1.8 million new connections form, setting the stage for lifelong cognition. Stage 2, childhood, 0 to 12 years. In childhood, the brain is at its most energetic, flexible, and adaptive state. Learning, memory, and language begin before birth, and by infancy. The brain is undergoing rapid expansion, with experiences shaping its structure at an astonishing rate. From birth, a child undergoes more than a decade of rapid brain growth, in which every experience contributes to the person they will become. The frontal lobes responsible for reasoning, emotions, and self-awareness begin developing at around 6 months and continue growing for years. By age 1, working memory, planning, and attachment formation start to emerge. By age 6, the brain is 95% of its adult weight, consuming more energy than at any other time. The ability to process logic, trust, and emotions is rapidly expanding. Between ages 7 to 12, key cognitive skills, such as critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and long-term memory consolidation take shape, preparing the brain for adolescence. Stage 3, wired and rewiring. Adolescence 1, 3 to 5 years. Teenagers are often described as reckless, irrational, and impulsive, but their brains are undergoing a dramatic and necessary restructuring process. Neuroscientists once blamed adolescent behavior on hormonal imbalances, but modern brain imaging tells a different story. Adolescence triggers a process known as cerebral pruning, where the brain eliminates unused neural connections, refining and optimizing its pathways. From puberty to early adulthood, 13 to 25 years, teenagers lose about 1% of their gray matter per year, starting in sensory and motor regions and eventually moving to areas responsible for language, judgment, and decision. The last region to fully mature is the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which controls impulse regulation, risk assessment, and rational thinking. At the same time, the brain becomes highly sensitive to social influences. Peer pressure, identity formation, and emotional processing dominate this stage, shaping personality and decision-making habits well into adulthood. Stage 4. Peak performance, adulthood, 2560 years. In early adulthood, from ages 25 to 40, the brain reaches its peak efficiency. Processing speed, memory, and problem-solving abilities are at their highest levels. The prefrontal cortex fully matures, enabling individuals to make complex decisions, regulate emotions, and plan long-term goals. Between ages 40 to 60, cognitive abilities remain strong, but subtle changes begin to appear. Reaction times may slightly slow, and multitasking becomes more challenging. However, crystallized intelligence, which includes accumulated knowledge, wisdom, and problem-solving strategies, continues to grow. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections, remains active. Although at a slower rate than during childhood, engaging in activities such as learning new skills, socializing, and regular physical exercise helps maintain cognitive function and delay age-related decline. Stage 5. The slippery slope. Old age, 60+ years. As we enter our 60s and beyond, the brain begins to shrink, and cognitive decline becomes more apparent. The hippocampus, crucial for memory, loses neurons over time. Reaction times slow, and the ability to process new information decreases. However, aging is not necessarily synonymous with cognitive decline. Lifelong learning, physical activity, and social engagement have been shown to preserve brain function well into old age. Many older adults retain high levels of intelligence, creativity, and problem-solving abilities despite biological aging. Neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, pose significant challenges, but research into brain health, cognitive training, and medical advancements offer hope for future interventions. Studies suggest that meditation, mindfulness, and stress management techniques may help delay cognitive deterioration by maintaining neural connections. Some elderly individuals experience superaging, where their brains remain functionally similar to those decades younger. These individuals often share common lifestyle factors, such as regular exercise, strong social ties, and continuous intellectual stimulation. The future of brain health. The human brain is an extraordinary organ, adapting and evolving across a lifetime. While certain declines are inevitable, how we treat our brains throughout each stage of life determines how well we function in later years. With advancements in neuroscience, we are beginning to understand how to optimize brain health and extend cognitive longevity. By prioritizing mental and physical well-being, maintaining social connections, engaging in lifelong learning, and managing stress, we can influence the trajectory of our cognitive health for decades to come. The future of brain science holds promise, and with continued research, we may one day unlock the full potential of the human mind. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and until next time.